Obviously, Mario Kart World has far too many songs to rank them all. Matter of fact, I tried it in a members-only livestream once, and let's just say it did not go well.
Who went out of their way to unlike the stream?
I've realized trying to tackle every single Mario Kart World song is next to impossible, so I'll only be doing a couple extra tracks. And luckily, I won't be doing it alone.
Ricco Harbor, a remastered OST in Mario Kart World
DS
from
Waluigi
Super Mario
Pinball is what happens when you somehow manage to make something that's already funky.
The greatest song in Mario Kart World is the title screen from Super Mario Maker. Immediate S tier. There's no other question about it. You turn it on, you get that jazzy schmooze. And then wait a couple seconds, the first drop hits. It makes you boogie. And I don't use this word lightly. It makes you boogie. That's an important word to me. It makes you boogie. S tier. 100% S tier.
Gusty Garden Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games of all time, and in that game lies what is easily one of the greatest tracks Nintendo has ever produced. Gusty Garden Galaxy was an instant classic when it first released, so producing a new arrangement for Mario Kart World was a no-brainer. This version features plenty of new things, though the biggest change is the introduction of more electronic instruments like synths. This gives the track a fresh new feel with a fuller sound to boot. Gusty Garden Galaxy in Mario Kart World is another instant classic. While, in my opinion, it doesn't top the original version, they gave it a f***ing guitar solo. S tier.
The Peach Castle Remix. So this is a very jazzy version of the original song from Super Mario 64. They changed up a lot of things. There's a lot of random doodling in here that I do not understand. I am not a fan of jazz. I think this is supposed to be jazz. It just sounds like random stuff. I don't see how this relates to the song at all. I genuinely hate this remix. This is the worst remix of the song that I have ever heard. Unfortunately, it is still listenable because there are still segments from the original song in here. So this does not deserve F tier. It can only go in D tier.
The day variant of DS Waluigi Pinball is what happens when you somehow manage to make something that's already funky even funkier, reaching funk levels that shouldn't even be possible in a game about driving digital go-karts. At least, that's what Steve R. Man 2312 said in a comment on a YouTube video of the song. But I gotta say, I think he's onto something here. The song starts off by blessing your left ear with a sick guitar riff, and as soon as the trumpet and sax kicks in, you know you're in for a banger. Right when you think you've heard it all though, about halfway through the tune, they hit you with a bit of a big band sound with multiple saxophones and trumpets, leading you right towards a repeat of the intro until finally, sax solo. To say this solo goes hard would be understatement of the year, and if you're as much of a band nerd as I am, the tritone towards the end of the solo will have you making the craziest stank face no matter how many times you listen to it on repeat. Before you can even process what happened, they finish the tune off with a piano solo, a short guitar solo, and yet another few bars where the sax player goes way too hard, giving this tune the right to belong in S tier.
Super Mario Galaxy is Mario's biggest adventure with one of the most beautiful soundtracks. The song that I feel like is the best within the entire game is Space Junk Galaxy, and when I first heard it in Mario Kart World, I was stunned. It's genuinely unbelievable that Nintendo was able to improve perfection. I don't know how much glaze everybody else has given this entire soundtrack, but I have to give this one an S. It is just so beautiful.
We've heard so many versions of the Super Mario Bros. Underground theme over the years. To name a few off the top of my head that Dolphin's gonna be forced to edit in, there's Space Athletic from Mario Galaxy, Palace of Shadow from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Super Bell Subway Underground from Mario Kart 8, and who could forget Super Mario Bros. Special. But never had a song stop me in my tracks like the guitar arrangement found in Mario Kart World. My mouth hung open like a portal to another dimension when I realized how the melody had been utterly transformed. Now, Mario Kart World is no stranger to changing genres. Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart Double Dash was originally quite an atmospheric piece, but now it's more of an upbeat rock song, more in line with modern battered castle music. Baby Park was already a shitpost track, and they made it into EDM because they knew it would be funny. These choices make sense, and I can see how they came to be, but the musical creativity found within underground BGM guitar version Super Mario Bros. Mario Kart World soundtrack uploaded by the Nintendo Music Channel on June 21st, 2025 cannot be overstated.
So Mayro actually did not rank the song, and I think I miscommunicated something, so Mayro, I'm so sorry. On her behalf, I'm just gonna put it in S.
The fact that someone even came up with something like this may be worth the $80. So I paid $100 for this guy to react to it.
I am Lawrence Sontag. I'm here to review Slider, which is a remix from Super Mario 64. It's the song that plays when you're sliding. Appropriate name for this, I didn't know that was the name of the track. Right away, I love this song. The answer is obvious, because this is ska. I remember hearing this in Mario Kart World, and I think I even made like some social media post about it, but you take any song you ska-fy it, I'm immediately going to like it more. But that also comes with its own caveats. I'll get to those in a minute. Highlights for me, the saxophone solo was really, really good. It got a little jazzy with it. You know, it kind of like lagged behind a little bit, like, you know, jazz music tends to, but that doesn't typically happen in ska. So hearing the two overlaid, like ska's always kind of trying to chomp at the beat, it's always kind of racing it. Jazz lags behind a little bit, so it did both, and that was fun to see, kind of like slip back and forth like that, or hear it. I had a nice little guitar solo at the end that went into an even ska-y sort of oompa oompa sound, so I appreciated the ending. It had a lot of gusto. I'm giving this a rank of A, which is high because I like ska, but also it's not rank S because, let's be honest, it's still ska. So that's my ranking. Thank you very much. It's like that boat level in Mario 64. Everyone knows that.
The Coconut Mall song is obviously a banger, and it's one of the most iconic Mario Kart songs ever for a reason, but personally, I just don't think this version hits as hard as the original from Mario Kart Wii. That said, I do like this version better than the one they did when Coconut Mall came out as part of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. I like that for Mario Kart World they changed up the style a bit and went for a more big band, jazzy sound, which makes it a bit more unique, while I feel like the version from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was kind of just a worse version of the original song. I do believe that there are a lot of songs on the Mario Kart World soundtrack that are even better than their originals, but the original Coconut Mall song is just too hard to top. So for that reason, I put this one in B tier.
Hey, I'm Zespus. The title theme is very good because it goes like kind of like and you know, every single major Mario Kart game has had the original Super Mario Kart title theme integrated somewhere into the song itself. Mario Kart World is no different, and it does sound a little bit hazy, and I'll play it here. Here it comes. It's a pretty good song. I'd say S tier.
Dolphin asked me to rank a song from Mario Kart World, and I went with Mario Kart DS's Delfino Square. Yeah, that sounds like Mario Kart. I'm gonna go with A tier for this one.
The remaster of DS Rainbow Road goes unnecessarily hard for literally no reason. I went back and listened to the original and then took a listen to the remaster, and I can definitely say that they kept it almost completely the same. It literally feels like the remaster is just an HD version of the song. What I really like about it is that they kept the flute from the original in the song. I'm really glad they didn't take that part out because it's part of like what makes the song for me. It's just iconic to listen to the flute. And the guitar goes so hard in this song. Whoever was on the guitar for this song was having the time of their life playing. And I really like that they closed out the song with just an amazing drum solo. I'm telling you, the guitarist and the drummist went so hard on this song. This song overall is probably an A for me. I don't think it's an S. There's definitely better songs out there in Mario Kart World that have been like remastered or original songs, but this one's definitely an A.
Koopa's Road is one of my favorite video game songs of all time, so when I saw they did a remix for this song in Mario Kart World, I was so excited, and my goodness, they did not disappoint. You can hear all instruments individually because they even added a breakdown section where you can hear a drum solo and an electric guitar solo, which goes unbelievably hard. And then not only that, but the main melody still keeps its dark undertone, but is also very bombastic and high energy, really makes you feel like you're going into battle. So I'm curious to see how many other creators ranked their songs that they reviewed very high. But I feel like personally, this song has to be along the pantheon of songs that join S tier.
Alright, let me get this out of the way before I start talking about the song that I chose. I am 100% a Mario Kart DS glazer, and I harbor no shame for that fact. That being said, any kind of Mario Kart DS nostalgia really tugs on my heartstrings. One of the songs I loved the most was the staff credits. Frankly, I never really expected such a niche song to be remade for any future games. So imagine my surprise when I was driving around in free roam, and as the sun started to set, this song began to fade in. The song isn't anything revolutionary, and most people probably don't think of this one when thinking about Mario Kart music. But it holds a special place in my heart. It makes me reminisce about my first steps into gaming, and even how far I've come since then. And that's enough. The Mario Kart DS staff credits are a definite S tier for me.
Ricco Harbor, a remastered OST in Mario Kart World from Super Mario Sunshine. This groovy remake leans into a much jazzier funk compared to its 2002 counterpart. It's funky, it's jazzy, it's everything I want when cruising along the beachside. Is it one of the best songs in the game? Not in my opinion, but I think it's still deserving of a solid B tier place.
Good Egg Galaxy is probably my favorite Mario song of all time. I mean, have you heard those violins? And after hearing the remix in Mario Kart World, I gotta say, it's pretty good. Way better than the Smash remix anyway, that's for sure. The remix is pretty faithful to the original. The electric guitars they added work surprisingly well. And most importantly, they nailed the best section of the song. Throw it on the tier list. S tier song, baby!
Tick-Tock Clock is a very recognizable song, and it's honestly impressive how they made mechanical sounds with orchestral instruments, although it does lose some of its charm. The piano solo about halfway through is a nice addition, and I find it interesting that a song based on a clock isn't very symmetrical. I'd rate the song a B. It's no Coconut Mall, but it certainly isn't forgettable either.
I was so surprised to discover that the soundtrack for Mario Kart World contained remix tracks from Mario Sunshine. The Mario Sunshine! What a win! It's a shame that there are only a few handful of songs, but I'll take it. The original Bianco Hills is so cozy and homey, but Mario Kart World brought the summer vibes out of this remix. A surf rock genre out of Sunshine was not on my bingo card. Those drums are so playful. The organ reflects chill vibes and cold ones getting cracked open. Dare I say it, this is more accurate to a Mario game focused on, well, water. The Bianco Hills remix is so chill, and yet somehow, it's not even my favorite remix of the Sunshine batch. I think it's worthy of a high B tier.
Yoshi Star Galaxy. They took one of the happiest and most upbeat songs in Mario music history, and they made it sound funky and big. When I first heard this song, I went through 3 stages of serotonin. At first, it's like, oh, this is kind of a banger. What is this? This is nice. You know, you're just surface level enjoying the music. And then I went to stage 2, where I'm like, oh, this is Mario Galaxy 2. This is that Yoshi level. Oh, I love the Wii. Oh, I love video games and being nostalgic for that time. Oh, that's great. Maybe you're not one of the champions who have nostalgic memories for Mario Galaxy 2, and if that's the case, I pity you. Once we reach the final stage of serotonin that this song brings, I realize it's not about the games. It's not about the time period. It's not about being nostalgic. Why do we feel that way? Is it because we like Mario or Yoshi? Not necessarily. It's the music that brings it out of us, because that's what makes us different than animals in the animal kingdom. We can actually ponder and question, absorb, and create art. Do you know what I'm saying? This is easy S tier right here, buddy. This is work of art. Thanks.
Puzzle Plank Galaxy from Super Mario Galaxy 2 is not a song I ever particularly enjoyed in its original incarnation, which is what makes it all the more surprising that I really like the version made for Mario Kart World. The reworked bassline and percussion combined with the same old melody sound great performed with live instruments. And like many Mario Kart World remixes, this one goes completely off the rails in the second half, which is also really enjoyable, so I'd put it in A tier.
What's up, Dolphin heads? It's me, Fat Balls, and Dolphin asked me to rate a Mario Kart World song on a tier list. So I hadn't listened to any of this, so I was just kind of listening until I found something I liked, and that's Sunshine Airport at Night. So basically, I like this one. I like the synths. I like that it's very chill. I think, you know, I'm not really, for some reason, I'm just not really someone that likes rock guitar that much, and I think there's a lot of songs in this game that have that. I think that makes this song stands out. The fact that it doesn't really have that, it goes for more of a chill vibe. I also rated another song just in case this wasn't about just, you know, grabbing a song that you like, so I did a random number generator, and I got Yoshi's song from Yoshi's Story. This one, filler arc ass song. Tutorial level type song. So, like, when this song plays, I think of Yoshi scratching his chin while in a supermarket looking at whatever type of goldfish he wants to buy. It's like this pensive type song. And I never gave Sunshine Airport Night is an A, and Yoshi's song, I'm gonna give that a B because it's pretty funny. I like it. Okay, bye.
My song is called Delfino Plaza, and what can I say? This song is undoubtedly iconic. Whether you've played the game or not, this song has definitely at some point played in the background of a stream or a video. And it's for a good reason, because it's an absolute gem. I can't help but start bopping to it every time it comes up. I would give it a solid A tier rating.
Mario Kart 7's Rock Mountain is not only one of my favorite tracks of all time, but it also has the most underrated remix soundtrack coming out of Mario Kart World. That classic guitar solo and backing synth halfway through the song, World says screw that and turns it into something you'd hear from Charlie Parker at a jazz bar in the 50s. Then, it goes straight back into that beautiful guitar and synth mix, this time faster than the original, almost like it's emulating Mario Kart 8's Big Blue and Mute City's breakneck speed with their soundtracks. Listen, I know this course was in the booster pass only like 2 years ago, but the things I would do for this track to return again, driving up that huge mountain in free roam and wall ride tricking off those trees near the ramp section, I just simply need it. If you haven't already, go do yourself the service of listening to this track in full and then comparing it to the original. It is tremendously beautiful. In my opinion, this is absolutely S tier. Place it up there, I don't care what you say, just listen to it.
The Map Screen Medley remixes a variety of overworld songs from Super Mario World, and it's so joyous. The Yoshi's Island segment at the beginning is my favorite part. It's so catchy and it puts me in a great mood every time it plays in between races. I would rank this song with an S.
Hey folks, it's me, Avi, and today we'll be ranking Mario Kart World's rendition of Break Free from Super Mario Odyssey. Let's take a listen. It made me gassy, we're putting you an A. And now we're going to listen to Sonic Racing Crossworld's rendition of Windmill Isle. This made me constipated.
Mario Kart has always had pretty chill menu music, which is kind of a good thing. Nothing's worse than forgetting your volume was too loud, you booting up a game, and then all of a sudden your eardrums are destroyed by some loud sound. And Mario Kart World continues this trend, except this song is more of a you're relaxing on the porch after a long day working on the farm because of the harmonica. And whoever was recording the harmonica this day was very, very excited to be in the booth because it dominates the entire track. So much so that I actually kind of agree with one comment I saw. It sounds like the harmonica's trying to pick up the slack and encourage the other instruments to pipe up a little bit, which could be a problem, but at least the harmonica's consistent throughout the whole thing. I still think it's my favorite Mario Kart menu song, which is why I give it the rating of a B. Come on, most of the track songs are better than this, even if this is the best menu song.
The song I chose was Super Mario 64 main theme, the big band version. First of all, like, the Mario Kart World soundtrack had so many songs and references to Mario 64, which just made me so happy. But hearing this one and hearing like the big band version, it wasn't any, I think there was, for like Slider, they had some other weird versions. I wasn't a really big fan of that, but the big band version, super huge fan of this song. I wouldn't say it's S tier because there are some amazing soundtracks, especially the Mario Galaxy ones. But this one is just, it's incredible. It is not S tier though. I put it in A tier. I'm a little biased, but that's kind of my opinion here, alright?
Hey, I'm Nova. SNES Battle Course received a beautiful remix in Mario Kart World. The drums are groovy, the keyboards sound ethereal, and the saxophone is perfect. The whole song makes me want to get up and move. Oh, and did I forget to mention the keyboard solo? This remix is impressively good, and I believe has to go in S tier.
What up, fellas? My name is Brooks64. I'm going to be reviewing 2 songs out of the Mario Kart World soundtrack. One of them was a very easy choice for me because I love this song, especially growing up. Yoshi's Island Final Boss. This song, dude, I used to be jamming the hell out to this song when I was a kid. I'd be at my room like, yeah, yeah, Yoshi! But yeah, so that song is dope. But there was also a metal cover put out by the YouTube channel Waiting for Johnny like 13 years ago. But yeah, that cover was good. But the new song in the Mario Kart World soundtrack is pretty damn good as well. Obviously they got the metal guys in there doing their shit.
Spit it out. I can talk.
And on top of the instrumentation, there's a really fat sounding synth, so everything just sounds real fat in the mix. It sounds very good. But yeah, just because I don't want to put everything as S in the review in the soundtrack, because I will, I'm gonna give this one an A. Just because they did some weird stuff in the song that I wasn't too much of a fan of, and there's that metal version that's like fucking top notch. So yeah, throw that shit up on the board. My next song that I'm reviewing is Dire Dire Docks from Mario 64. Now, they did a fantastic job with this song. I mean, it's as serene as ever. It sounds very nice. They got this saxophone playing throughout the whole thing, and it sounds like a Disney movie. Like, it sounds so good. I don't know, I just can't even explain it. It's just so freaking good. It's very hard to top the original Dire Dire Docks, but they did it. So I'm giving that one S, baby. S. Yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, thank you so much, Dolphy. I love you. And y'all take it easy. Peace!
Yoshi Falls was an epic song. I really liked it. It had such a tropical vibe. When I was listening to it while at work, I was taken away to a whole different perspective. It really made me feel like I was in the middle of a summer road trip. However, comparing this song to the rest of the songs, I wouldn't say it's the best of the best. Therefore, I would put it at a solid C tier.
What's up? It's Blue Goat here to rank, let me read the name here. Shifty Boo Mansion from Super Mario 3D World. This song definitely brings a lot of nostalgia to the table and has some experimental remixes to it. Unlike the original, where it's supposed to give off a more creepy and haunted house vibe. But then just when you think you're settling into that eerie atmosphere, this version pulls you right back into the groove with some jazzy background music. I'm not a total huge fan of the jazzy remix to this song, but I can see what they were doing here and I can 100% respect it. Definitely reminds me of something I would find in Boo's Horror Land from Mario Party 2 though. Definitely not the best, but it's not the worst either. C tier.
SNES Rainbow Road. Whenever we first heard this, I think we can all guarantee that this was peak fucking music right here. Compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, SNES Rainbow Road music was kind of shit on there, but now it's like we're listening to lo-fi beat music. If I had to rank this, it's in the S rank. Give it to the boy.
Hey, it's Cyanice here, and fans of the channel might know I am a huge Super Mario Galaxy 2 fan, so when I saw all the remixes that Mario Kart World made out of them, oh my goodness, I was jumping for joy. I mean, I can only pick one of these? Oh my god, there's so many good ones! But if I had to pick my favorite out of the Super Mario Galaxy 2 remixes, I'm definitely going with Cloudy Court Galaxy. That song was already good, but then you get this one and they somehow turned it into an anime opening. I don't even know how. And honestly, I would argue it's on the level of Gusty Garden Galaxy. And Gusty Garden Galaxy is probably won an award for all I know. I will say, however, I don't think that this remix entirely replaces the original. I think the original still has its purpose and still has its fans and whatnot. This new version, I just feel, is a lot more upbeat and does a lot more with the song in general. But it's still amazing. Just because it doesn't replace the original does not mean it's not good or does not have inherent value at all. And I think it's amazing. I think it's a solid A tier.
Yo, my name's Lord Ghostly. The song I'll be using is Wild Glide Galaxy, song that from Mario Galaxy 2 that I remixed in Mario Kart World. This song is personally one that resonated with me a lot since my childhood. Like, Galaxy 2 is one of my, if not my favorite game of all time. Odyssey being like my second or third. And this song always like stuck with me when I was playing Galaxy 2. It's like, because you hear like a bit of Gusty Galaxy or like the Super Mario Galaxy 2 like overtune in it. And like, it sounds familiar. It's like that song that's like, sounds really familiar. But yet it's so distinct. It's like Cloudy Court and Fluffy Buff. Those two are like almost identical songs, but they're not. This one stands out really heavily because you have like this really big animal vibe to it in the original, and they still stuck with that in Mario Kart World. The only thing they did not keep is the Yoshi drums, which kind of sad because I really love the Yoshi drums in the original. So like, I would originally give this like a S. But since there's no Yoshi drums, like there's still drums, but it's not like the animal type beat drum. So instead of giving it an S, I'll give it an A+ or A++, or an S- if that's possible. Don't know how if we can do minus or plus, but yeah, I think an A or S would work.
Maple Treeway. Out of all the amazing tracks in this game, you'd think it'd be impossible for just one to win me over. But somehow, Maple Treeway did. I've always been a sucker for that cozy jazz vibe, the kind that instantly reminds me of towns like Jubilife City from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. The original Maple Treeway was already a standout, both in its track and the song. But this version slows things down from its fast pace, shifts the focus to different instruments, and adds this smooth swing that just ties it all together. And honestly, it doesn't just live up to the original. It outdoes it. With fall fast approaching, this song will forever be associated with it, that and the golden leaves of the track as well. With how many songs in this game are so full of energy and trying their best to get you to move, it's really refreshing to hear a nice, slow jazz song that stands quite well on its own, alongside the other nighttime tracks, but this one is one of my favorite in comparison. Easy S tier.
Mario Kart World has an interesting design philosophy compared to its predecessors. This Mario Kart tries to be a much more fun experience. It's got a focus around jazzy funk, and a lot of elements in that game reflect that. I would argue that music has to be the most important thing if you want to sell this new vision of what Mario Kart is. A game focused around driving around and having fun. Every song in this game aims to reflect that, and Jungle Hijinx is not any different. It's the 1-1 of Donkey Kong music. It has the most remixes out of any track in the game. Every game that it's been in has been adjusted to reflect the vibe the game goes for. A song like Jungle Hijinx is already based in a very jazz-focused genre, so naturally it has an excellent transition in Mario Kart World's OST. This iteration of the classic beat deserves an A tier in my eyes, but a low A tier only because there's another song in the game from a previous Mario Kart that practically does the same thing. That's not really Jungle Hijinx's fault, he's just stuck with his inferior cousin that sounds just like him, so it's easy to lose points for individuality.
GCN Rainbow Road. My love for this song may largely have to do with nostalgia, but I always just love the bombastic tone to this music. It feels absolutely victorious, like you made it to the final table in poker with the chip lead. When everything is all said and done, a winner will be crowned. Like a true blue finale, which in my opinion, every Rainbow Road should have. There's a reason that this Rainbow Road is the one that people think of when they think of a road that you go when you die. Because darn it, the melody, the pacing, everything about it is just heavenly. However, I gotta docket points for trying to copy from Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road, because this Rainbow Road on GameCube was already perfect. As such, I gotta place it in A tier.
When I hear Bowser's Castle, I immediately think of ominous, intimidating, and just, it gives this creepy aura, racing with all the dangers and all the lava, and like you can just picture exactly what the stage is when you hear this song. Just based off of the creativity alone and how you can kind of visualize how this sounds and how it looks, I would give this song an A. Once again, very nostalgic, very intimidating, and overall it's just a great song.
Piranha Plant Pipeline. The song really takes the normal jazzy feel most Mario Kart music has nowadays, and while not doing anything too special with it, blends in a very nice beat and some fun recurring motifs throughout it, like the calmer bass kick throwing back to the main saxophone guy. Dude, the last two Mario Kart games have carried saxophones as an instrument. Sadly, Piranha Plant Pipeline remains the only track from Tour to never be brought back to the main games, straggling it to the phones, where it's bound to get the Vanilla Beef on Switch treatment when Tour never gets decommissioned, especially with the game no longer getting updates. Still, it's good that its legacy can live on in some way. If I had to rank it, I'd give it A tier.
The Starship Travels from Super Mario Galaxy 2 has been remixed into Mario Kart World, and it is absolutely a banger of a song. Personally, this is one of the songs I prefer more than the original because it's such an upbeat tune. It captures everything that Galaxy 2 did and just made it better. It turned into this Mario Kart-esque theme, and it absolutely works. Everything about it works. This remix it works. This alone, I feel like it deserves an S tier to even an S plus in my own opinion. I feel like when I'm on the road listening to this, I am on the Starship. I am in Mario Galaxy. I am the main character. Everything about this works. It is beautiful. It is bliss. It is upbeat. You can bump this around anybody and it would just work. You would get the job done. I feel like I'm in a montage. It does everything. So that alone, it deserves an S tier.
I think the overall vibe of the song is really cool, and I really like the whistling parts, and it's from Mario 3D Land, a game I've played so much, so I'll give it an A tier.
Drifting Away might be one of the deepest cuts on the soundtrack, and this cover does not disappoint. Forgoing the moody and ephemeral feel of the original, this version offers upbeat grooves to match the racing. They even added a complete tone change, from funk to reggae, matching how the original song changes. That being said, the lack of the song's iconic vocals is detrimental to its identity and charm. With all that considered, I give Drifting Away a solid B for taking me on a drive down memory lane, even if it wasn't exactly how I remembered it.
Lake Lapcat is so funky. It makes me feel like that one SpongeBob gif where the fish are shaking their asses but like on 2x speed. Lake Lapcat is going straight to A rank.
The Luigi/Mario Circuit OST, based on the Mario Kart Wii rendition of the franchise, transports me back to the first time playing my favourite game as a kid, and the memories I've made since then come flooding back too. The build-up at the start gets you ready for the action, and with the recent glitch developments on this track in Mario Kart Wii, it was an obvious choice for me to rank this song in particular. I love the way it's able to capture that unmistakable electronic rush, a playful childhood ready-to-race impulse that sticks with you long after you're grown. For me, the nostalgia factor of this song, and its ties to an unfathomable new category, means I'm ranking it an A. Because, come on, it can't get an S, it's Luigi Circuit.
Hello everyone. The next song we'll be talking about is from the greatest 3DS game of all time, Super Mario 3D Land. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it the greatest, but it does hold a special place in my heart for being one of the very first video games I ever got alongside Mario Kart 7. Anyways, overworld theme, S tier. On to the next person, play Yokai Watch 3.
I'd say this song gets you hyped up right off the bat. It's not one of those Mario Kart tracks where it starts slow and then pumps up. I'd say the song would go in C tier because I like how like energetic it is, but it's a bit too much.
Let's be honest, I never cried to music. I would never cry to a song, let's be honest. I am a man.
Bro, wait, that's not even the right version.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bro, this is still the wrong version.
Oh my god. Rosalinas Ice World, originating from Mario Kart 7, has such an amazing song. Now this track was ported to Mario Kart 8 in the DLC, but sadly this track isn't in Mario Kart World. Instead, we got Starview Peak. Anyways, all three versions of the song are really good. In Mario Kart 7, there's a huge emphasis on the piano in the back, which I love. In Mario Kart 8, they make it a little more intense with the drums and added some really nice synths, making the song sound more cosmic-like. But in Mario Kart World, they changed it up not only with the beginning, but they added a crazy guitar, which heavily reminds me of Mega Man X. Like, listen to this! Anyways, no matter what version of the song I'm listening to, this song deserves a solid S. I don't care what anyone thinks. Literally fight me about it.
Yeah, I think the way that they handled Riverside Park was kind of bad. I'm not sure that I'm a fan of the remake of it. It's a bit too jungly, and they kind of took away what made the original and the Mario Kart 8 version so special. I'd probably put it in a C tier. C or B tier. I'd probably put it in the C tier. It's not a great rendition of one of the favorite Mario Kart songs of all time. Cool, there we go. Yeah, I mean also like, okay, yeah. You can, that's all I'm gonna really need from that, but also just listen, yeah. Like, so much better, so much nicer than this whole Mario Kart World thing. You feel me on that? I don't even know. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I hope this works out. Bruh.
Opposite to the day version, which genuinely sucks so bad, the Steam Gardens night version is such... What do I even say about Steam Gardens night version? It sounds so similar to the first, the original version from Super Mario Odyssey. So, I mean, like, if I had to rate this, I'd probably rate it a B. I mean, it's not better than the original. It doesn't do it doesn't add anything insane or crazy to the original, or even supersede it in that way. But dude, it's a banger. It's a banger. I mean, this song in general has always been and is always a banger. So there we go. B tier. Well, that's that. If you stuck around for this entire video and you really like the tier list format, I highly suggest you check out this other Nintendo related tier list video by me featuring Noir Heart. Anyways, I'll provide images of all three tier lists in our Discord server, so feel free to check them out there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. See ya.